Hi, it's me and Corn. Cornica is tearing up my freaking thighs, making biscuits on them. What's up, guys? What's up? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dutchess. This is my channel, Dutchess Divinity. We do lots of stuff here, but today we're going to be channeling and doing sound healing. So I'm going to go ahead. My hair is looking a little crazy. I'm going to go ahead, say a prayer, set my intentions, and then we will get into this live. All right. Wait for the chat to catch up, and yeah, I'll just start praying. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, Yamayan, God source, I humbly come to you today on behalf of myself and all those watching and just say thank you for everything that you bless us with. We are so grateful for all aspects of life, the ups, the downs, the challenges, and the blessings. We understand that all of this, I lost my train of thought. The ups, the downs, the challenges, and the blessings. We understand that all of this makes a well-rounded individual in this polarized reality, and for this we say thank you. And I ask, please, that I be a messenger for the divine, nothing more, nothing less. Let no truth be told for a lie, and no lie be told for a truth. Let all the information that come through be kind, palatable, and easy to understand. Please grant me access to the Akashic Record so I may give a good and accurate reading and sound healing, and please let all the information come from the source from which all things come. Let it flow through Christ consciousness, and please let it only ever be for the highest and greatest good of myself as the reader, the highest and greatest good of all those watching, and please let it aid all of us in walking in our path and in our purpose. And as we channel, these passed on people and goddesses, I just ask, please, that it's exactly what we need right now, exactly what those who find me need to hear right now in order to move forward in this collective energy in their highest frequency on their highest timeline. I pray all of this with the purest of hearts and the best of intentions, only ever for the highest and greatest good of myself as the reader and all those who are receiving, the highest and greatest good of humanity and the highest and greatest good of this universe. Amal Varashi Namaste, by the power of three, Somatic be, always works, always a blessing. Hi guys, hi Cleopatra, probably, I don't know, you're with your funny name, I think your name is funny. Teehee, hi Dutch, hi, I'm excited, we're gonna channel Cleopatra today. I don't know why I've never channeled her. Funny story is, Cornica, I was gonna name her Cleopatra, like that was supposed to be her name, but when she came, she already had the name Cornica, and she would respond to it, and like play fetch and stuff, and she was 8 months old, so Cornica just fit better for her, so I kept it. But I've always had a fascination with Cleopatra, but I've never really looked into too much about her. I've never researched too much. I've never channeled, and so I'm really excited for that. Yes, Egyptian goddesses. I love ancient Egypt so much. Me too. That's what my sleeve is. My whole sleeve. Hey Lizzie, I'm here. I love you, Nikki. I'm here for the ancient Kemetic energy. Yes! Woohoo! Finally caught alive. Yay. Glad you caught it, Smith. Please like the video, guys, so more people get notified. I think if you like click out a full screen, then you can like the video. But then more people will get notified and come to the live. Hi, Madison. How are you doing? How are you processing all that information from the Twin Flame check-in yesterday? How's that sinking in? Also, thank you so much, Lizzie, for putting all the timestamps. I truly appreciate that. Also, guys, I will be getting to my emails later tonight. I was at my little cousin's dance recital. It was so fun. It was very inspiring to see all the girls dancing. But I will say, I was thinking about doing the sound healing for like childhood trauma, specifically childhood sexual trauma or sexual abuse, and I was already thinking about that. And then I went to the recital, and it was beautiful, and I loved it, and it was great. But at the same time, I spoke to my mom and my aunt about it as well, and we both just felt like these like teenage kids were like being hypersexualized by like the dance moves and the costumes. Like, some of the costumes looked absolutely amazing on stage, but some of them were like, I think, too mature for like little girls, or like too mature for teenage girls even. A lot of the dance moves were things I would do in like pole fitness, not like when I was in high school, because I danced competitively for 18 years. So I just felt like it was a bit jarring to see how grown up they were all acting and how hypersexualized a lot of the dance was and a lot of the costumes were. And I just kept thinking about all the dads in the audience being like, I just paid for a year's worth of like dance classes for this and like a year's worth of costumes for this, because like I know if when I was in high school, if I was dancing like that and wearing those kinds of costumes, my dad definitely would have had something to say. And it's just crazy to show like how much the times change, because it's just so different. It's just so different from when I was there, and it made me I guess just a little bit sad for the youth, because it's like they're just forced to grow up so fast these days, and there's so many like hypersexualized things in society that then create hypersexualized expectations of young people. And I think it's a shame. I think kids should stay kids as long as they can. And I think that it just, like I said, I really enjoyed the dance recital. I thought the girls were great, and the boys. There was a couple boys there too. I thought they were great, but I just would have made different choices around some of the dance moves and also different choices around some of the costumes, because it was shocking, honestly. I would never personally allow my teenage daughter to dress like that. If I, like, whenever I have a teenager, if I do have a daughter, I would not allow that kind of public display of dancing or dance costumes personally. I have nothing against it for adults. Like, obviously, I do pole fitness, and I like to dress sexy and dance sexy. Like, I think it's really fun. I think it's great for adults. I think it's really good to take back your personal power and to take back our sexuality when, like, society has either perverted our sexuality or beaten it out of us, or, told us how it could or couldn't be, or a lot of us, you know, do have sexual trauma, so a lot of our autonomy has been taken away by that. And I just, yeah, I think it's great for consenting adults. I just don't think it's healthy for minors, personally. I was scrolling through live streams before I came here, and one of the lives, 3 girls all talked about his sexuality. That's interesting. It must be something a lot of people are thinking about today. You're not doing well at all. You've had multiple breakdowns. Girl, get in the bath. Did you take a bath? Did you ground? Did you do the amethyst? Did you bury the amethyst? I'm trying to hold it together. It's part of your lesson, remember? Like, part of your lesson is that, like, this is not your battle to fight. It's not your battle to fight. And yes, we are here for you, Madison. Well, if you don't know how to go back to being human, remember I told you yesterday, just rest. Just get some rest. Watch a silly movie, like watch a little kid movie that's like, it's not going to trigger you. It's just like cartoons. Like, just try to rest, try to ground, try to get outside if you can, and just try to watch something silly that's like going to take your mind off of it. Yeah, we're praying for you. You're always so beautiful inside and out. Thank you. Hi, Mommy. Nice nose ring. Hi. Thank you. You're just really dissociative. Breathing. They just told me to breathe. You gotta, like, sit there and, like, do some yoga. Do some breath work and yoga. You could even look, there's yoga for everything. You could look up yoga for dissociation. I bet there's a video on YouTube of it. I bet there is. A yoga to move trauma, gentle yoga to move trauma. I bet there's something out there like that. Sending you love and grounding. Yes, let's all send Madison some grounding, and anyone who needs it. Girl, you're like, you do not want to be in your body right now. You gotta get back in that bod. You're like kicking and screaming. Have you watched Coraline? I would suggest watching Coraline. It's a little kid movie, but it's still really interesting, and then it also has like some dark parts to it. So it's not like too scary. I just clicked you back in. I just tried to get, you're like, no! I had to hug you back down, and I clicked you back into your body. Like, Teresa, how you were teaching me about the Kundalini, how it clicks into the earth. I haven't finished that yet, but I really like what I've done of it so far. It made me laugh that you were, like, laughing, that, like, even my higher self was making you laugh. That made me laugh. All right. I know what that's like. You can try holding some ice to bring yourself back. Yeah, that is a good one. Hey, Teresa. Definitely. I'm only 30 and already I'm looking at young kids like back in my day, we would have never. No, for real. Like, I know I'm going to be 32 like next week, and I'm like clutching my pearls at this high school dance recital, watching some of the moves and costumes. I'm like, oh. And not because I don't like this, like, I liked the dances and I liked the costumes. I just don't think I like them on minors, and I don't think that's a weird thing to feel. You know, I think that's a pretty normal reaction to have. I think you smoke weed. Well, Naaman, I think you're right. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. I took a bath and lit 2 candles. I'm going to bury the amethyst soon. I wanted to get a cloak first. Oh, yeah. We'll just do what feels right. I skipped school today. It was an 8-hour day. You know what? Sometimes you gotta take a sick day. Hey, Romina! Hi, everyone. Love the jewelry, Dutch. Thank you. Got my Nibiru necklace that I made. I've got my Egyptian. I used to wear this all the time when I first started my life in this house and, like, started the new chapter of my life. It's like a local goddess made out of cow bone, and a local person made it with like sterling silver. This is brass from the same shop. And then I've got Moldavite, and then I've got my Best Summer Ever crystal from the Best Summer Ever spell. Gustavo, what do you need prayers for? Being outside really helps. Yeah, getting outside if you can. My comfort zone is Family Guy, LOL, binge watch it. Yeah, like, whatever is good for you. Like, whatever is, like, not gonna trigger you. Whatever works for you. Have you always been so beautiful? Thank you, Alex. Madison, you would love Hotel Transylvania. Ooh, Hotel Transylvania is so good. Yeah, you should watch it. It's a cartoon about a vampire family. Yes! Good call, Lizzie. Very good call. Madison, Maui came in and used his hook to connect you to the core of the earth. Beautiful. Well, what do you need prayers for, Gustavo? Hola, guapa. What's guapa? Is that pretty? I think linda or bonita is pretty. Do you believe in God? Yup. Wow, I really felt like doing yoga today. LOL, this is my sign. Yes, you should. Hi, Galilea. How are you doing? Sending you grounding love, Madison. Hey, Melly. Hi, Rebecca. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here too, Mandy. Thank you, everyone, especially Nikki. Thank you. I love you. I love you too. Hello, everyone from Greece. Hi, Takis from Greece. I hope I said that right. I felt the click right before you said it. That's awesome. Love you, Madison. Lots of water, too. Yes. Hello, Narish. Beautiful friend. Thank you. Mary Jane is that girl. Joe, I'm a recovering addict, and now that I'm sober, I don't feel anything at all inside. Ooh, I'm sorry, Joe. I think, so I've never had like a full-blown addiction, but I've definitely gone through like bouts of pretty severe depression where I felt nothing. And I think one of the best advice I got from a therapist was to do the things that you used to like before you went into the depression or before you fell into the addiction, and you might feel nothing when you do it, but eventually you'll feel something. So like if you used to paint, like you might pick up a paintbrush and you're like not inspired and you're not having fun, and you do it 10 times and it's still not fun. But then on that like 11th time, it like reawakens that inspiration in you. And I think when you go through like a major trauma like that, where you have to completely, you know, pull yourself from the depths and remind yourself who you actually are behind either the mental health or the addiction or like trauma, like whatever it is that you went through, it's like a learning process to find yourself again. And I think what you'll find is that you never really left. Who you were just got overshadowed by your suffering or your ailment. And I think I learned that like after I escaped my very abusive relationship, like I was so lost. I didn't know who I was anymore because like that relationship destroyed me inside and out. And so it was like my body was different. I know that's pretty common with addicts too. It's like your body is fluctuating because now you're like eating, whereas maybe you weren't eating before, whatever, you know? But it's like my body was different. My emotions were different. The way I looked at the world was different. Everything was different. And so I had to appreciate who I was in the moment and be grateful for that version of me that survived that very serious situation, and accept that version of me and validate that version of me, and then go on a quest to dig deep inside and remember who I truly was before that situation got the best of me and stole my happiness and stole who I really was. And then before you know it, you'll be like doing stuff like your old self, and it'll just like click, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like this is actually fun. I forgot how much I love to skateboard, or I forgot how fun it is to go for a hike. Like, and who you truly are will come back. I mean, like I said, that version of you never really left. It just got overshadowed by whatever hardships you were going through. Minors shouldn't dance in provocative ways because there are creepy people out there. That's what I kept thinking too. Like, luckily I think the whole audience was just family members, but like you never freaking know. And that's why I'm like, I will not, like, I support, you know, sexual freedom for adults, but I just think there needs to be lines that are not crossed when it comes to underage children. That's beautiful. Thank you. I love your ankh. Thank you. You want to see my power? Go look at my hundreds of videos on here. Hi. Hello, I'm new here and I love your content. Wow, thank you, Muslim user. Guapo means attractive. Oh, thank you. Yes, exactly, Madison. You will love that because your past life. God bless you and your family. Thank you. Thank you, Hivory. If you believe in God, I love you. Thanks. I do. Guape means gorgeous. Thanks. I like you. I'm a big fan. Thank you, Fix Z. I have been going to try different ice cream places every week. My inner child loves it, and I think I need the protein, calcium, amino acids right now because I've been craving cheese too. That's awesome, Rebecca. I love that for you. That's so fun. Chat, can we give the live a like? Yes, please like, with the intention to get people who are in need of this healing on the live. Yes, so like with the intention to bring in those who really need this advice or information or sound healing. I love that. Thank you, Teresa. Hey, Salem. Hi, Dutch. I love you. Thanks, girl. Love you too. English, Aiden. I don't speak Spanish. I mean, you can speak to me in Spanish, but I won't really know what it means. People will tell me in the chat, but I And you know the worst part is I did Spanish, so I know some of it. I can understand some things. I just can't really speak it. So because I learned it in school from like a very young age. But even I've had like, so like my cousin is Peruvian. I have one cousin who's Peruvian, one cousin who's Brazilian, and then I just have a friend from high school who's Puerto Rican. And my friend from high school would always be failing Spanish, and she'd be like, that's because it's not like how we speak it. And I did, I don't know, I have heard that like the way they teach you in school is like it's not necessarily applicable to like how to use it in real life. Your best bet to figure out how to use it in real life is to like immerse yourself in the culture. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to oh, I want to show you my rocks too. I just got rocks to make wrong pipe. Best show on the air everywhere. Any blessings to all. Thanks, Paul. Nice to see you. Congrats on your healing. Thanks. The way they teach you in school is so different. Yes, that's what I've heard a lot. Yay, Paul got the call. Bars. I guess you needed this, Paul. So, I want to show you the new stuff I got. So, I'm going to be doing, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be making a class on protection magic. So, I'm going to be doing a couple different ones. I'm going to be doing one with like a very specific potent protection jar that will return all the crap to sender. So anything someone's sending you will return it back to them, and also protect you in your home. And it's going to be intense. Like, this is not going to be low level magic. It's going to be high level magic. So I'm going to be doing that, and then also teaching you how to make like in that same video, I'm going to teach you how to make like your sterling silver jewelry as amulets in order for protection, and how to cleanse them and everything. So I'm going to be doing that. So I got some stuff for the jar, and I just wanted to show you guys because it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's going to be like a pre-recorded video that you can buy and watch as much or as little as you like. So first of all, I got a bunch of crystals to make my money soap. So if you know my money soap is like the freaking best. I haven't decided if I'm going to make jelly soap or if I'm going to make the soap and shampoo combination. But I got a bunch of different crystals to put in the money soap, and I will be intuitively picking it for the individual who orders. So I got rose quartz for one of the bars, pre-night for another bar, serpentine, green serpentine for another bar, red jasper. You can also request, like you can put it in the message at checkout if you like have a certain crystal you want. If I have it, I can give it to you. Red jasper, tiger's eye, citrine, and labradorite, and this one has really pretty rainbows in it. I don't know if it'll catch on the live, but it's got very beautiful rainbows in it. Labradorite, the dragonstone. Yeah, so these are all gonna go in my soaps, and then it's like when you're a little kid and there's like a toy in your soap and you have to use the soap to get the toy out. It's like that with the crystals in my soap. So it'll be hidden crystal soaps for y'all. Probably do that. I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow, maybe Monday or sometime next week. Red jasper is my absolute favorite. It's a good one. I would usually pick like all citrine or all like goldstone or something, but Spirit asked me to get like a bunch of different ones. The fragrance of your soaps is otherworldly. Thank you so much. I try to make the best smells. I'm like making my scent potions. I try. Thank you, Teresa's Healing Corner. Dutchess and Orion's Belt Tarot. Dutchess, you rock. Thanks. I rock. A little dad joke for you for Father's Day. The money soap is bomb. Yeah, it is. It's one of my best creations. That and the freaking truth serum. I don't think I feel like the truth serum is my magnum opus. Like, I don't feel like anything can top the truth serum. That was crazy. Channeling it and then creating it. And the soap lasts for days. Yeah, the soap lasts forever. And the smell, like, stays on your skin. It's very nice. Really cute molds, too. Lots of TLC in each batch. Thank you. Yeah, I try to get the cool molds. I adore labradorite so much. Me, too. Truth serum? Yeah, my truth serum is, like, it goes freaking hard. Alright. Now, what else? Oh, let me put these back in the bag so I don't lose them. Money soap smells divine. Thanks. So I usually do either absinthe smell of the money soap, which smells so good. I'll do coffee smell, or I'll do lemon poppy seed. That one smells really good. Yeah, I like to switch it up and do different good scents. I'm so sad. I forgot my money soap at my old house. Oh, well, I guess somebody might have needed it, Ani. Nice to see you. I'm glad you could make it. I love the truth serum. So powerful. Like, frighteningly powerful, honestly. Thanks, Orion. All right. Now I got these. These are little witch balls. These are going to go in my jar. I'm excited. Woo! And then I got some sulfur crystals, which if you have animals, you need to not have sulfur out because it can be dangerous for your animals. So, or at least be watching the sulfur, like, when they're around, so that you know. But it's just better to put it in a jar or something. And then I got copal. It's for exorcism. But there'll be much more in the jar than just that. That's just my new purchases that I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, all right. Let's channel. I'm excited to channel. So, Spirit had me watching the movie Cleopatra from, like, 1963. I think because, you know, we're doing the twin flame spell coming up of, like, the 60s and 70s, and then also, too, just because they wanted to activate my DNA with, like, the ancient Kemetic landscapes and imagery and stuff. And obviously some of it is definitely, like, Holly weirded out and, like, dramatized for the movie, but a lot of it is, I think it's good. Yeah, so I'm watching that movie, and then I just kept getting signs and synchronicities about Cleopatra, and I just felt like I wanted to channel her energy, and when I kind of tapped into her briefly, her energy came through, like, really, really, really strong. And yo, that last chat had no chill. What the hell? Never. Let me tell you, I will burp on camera until the cows come home, but you will never hear me fart. Someone said, big fart, please, in the comments. No, never, never in the world. Never, ever, ever, no. Not for $1 million. I will not be farting. No. But like I said, I will burp loud as fuck till the cows come home, but you will never hear a fart on this channel, ever. Your products in the Botanica are so creative. Thank you. The makeup in that movie is awesome. Yeah. Practicing my English. Is it doing good? Yeah, good job, Tom. I peeped that too, LOL. Saw the fart comment. You once channeled I had Cleopatra in my third eye, like one of my first readings with you. Wow, that's cool. ... bro. Yeah, no, it's a hard no and a never in a million years no. What's wrong with with people today? What's wrong with people today? That's my new hit single. It's gonna be on Spotify. And it's gonna be the country version, because everyone's going country these days. And the next line of that song is, I will never fart for you. Okay, enough. Enough. Let me get back to what I was talking about. Okay. Oh yeah. So Cleopatra's just been coming through, and when I kind of tapped into her energy a little bit, it was strong. Like, I feel like she has a message for the collective, and I think country version, please. Yes. It's gonna be me in a cowgirl hat, and it's gonna be in the music video. It's gonna be like a bunch of signs of like butt cheeks and farts with like a circle with a line through it, and it's gonna be like, I will never fart for you. All right. What the hell? People, what is wrong with you? It's gonna be, I'm gonna be the next Weird Al Yankovic country road version. I'm gonna sell out stadiums. Fun fact, Weird Al Yankovic was my very first concert ever, and I was, like, he was my favorite artist when I was, like, 12. I would play his CDs on my Walkman, like, over and over again, and I would choreograph dances to his music, and when I was 12, my parents took me and my sister and to a Weird Al Yankovic concert. We went to the Poodle Hat tour, and I still have my shirt from it. I just cut it. I cut the shirt, but I still have the shirt from when I was 12. I can get it. I'm gonna go get it. Because, yeah. And he came out in the fat suit. He did Just Eat It, and he came out in this giant fat suit. It was pretty awesome. Dun dun na 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 na. This is my shirt from the Poodle Hat tour from when I was 12. Look at what good style I had. Like, I still like this shirt. I love this shirt. I was a style icon even back then. And my sister got a shirt of a photograph of him with a poodle photoshopped, like a genuine, like an entire poodle photoshopped on his head, and he was just like on the subway with like the poodle photoshopped on his head. I just snorted so loud. I'm happy to make you snort. Ooh, that's a fun question for the chat. What is your first concert? Yeah, guys, leave it in the chat. Or leave it if you're watching this after, leave it in the comments. What was your first concert? How old were you? And what was like the highlight of it? So like the highlight of it for me was watching the Just Eat It like music video and watching him like blow up really, really big. Cause like in that music video, go watch it after this. He gets challenged by a bunch of thugs because he's like skinny, and they're like, what's wrong with you, Al? You got skinny. Like, you think you're too good for us now? And then they're like threatening him and pushing him, and then he like balloons himself up huge in this big fat suit, and he's like, nah, I'm still fat, and then the next thing I know, that man is like waddling out from the rafters, like from the side curtains, and he's just like in this like sumo suit, and it's like, just eat it. His videos are memorably iconic. Yeah, and you know what lives rent-free in my head? The Star Wars version of American Pie. It's like, my, this here Anakin guy, maybe Vader someday later, now he's just a small fry. Like, that just plays in my head all the time, and I'm just like... Avril Lavigne, yes! Love that question, Lizzie. Yes, it's so good. Ooh, Sheryl Crow. The first cut is the deepest. And then... for Avril Lavigne, it's a damn cold night. Tom Odell, he's amazing. I actually don't even know who that is, so I can't ugly sing it. Waka Flocka Flame! Oh my god! Good for you. What the hell? LOL, I love that for you, Madison. That's honestly iconic, for real. Smash Mouth? Fuck yeah. There ain't no joke. So don't delay, act now, supplies are running out. But now if you're still alive, 6 to 8 years to arrive. That's literally what we're living in right now, walking on the sun. And we got the shirt. That's a rock and roll must-have. Exactly. Eat it instead of beat it. Yeah, it's like, just eat it, eat it, eat it. And he, like, comes out in, like, the sumo suit. First Gar show, it was probably 17, and there was this beautiful topless female in a wheelchair that a mosh pit formed around her. Wow! What a core memory! That sounds freaking incredible. My soul is craving another concert. I hear you on that. Me too. I want a good old country concert. I want to see Jason Aldean, but nobody's coming to Connecticut this year. I don't know. They didn't like us last year. I don't know. Best concert? George Michael, hands down. Ooh. Hello. Best concert was the Flaming Lips. Best concert for me was Mariana's Trench, hands down. They are Canadian, I don't know, maybe like pop punk is what you would consider them. They're like alternative. Oh my God, me and my sister went to this tiny little venue in Boston. She literally made us shirts in her graphics class that said, "Have a piece of American dream, open up and swallow on your knees," because that's like lyrics of one of their songs. And so on the front, it said, "Have a piece of American dream." I honestly probably still have that shirt somewhere too. I'm not going to go looking for it, but I probably still have that one. And then on the back, it said, "Open up and swallow on your knees and say thank you," because that's like the lyrics. And so we wore like sports bras underneath. And when they did the song, we like took off our shirts and held them up in the concert. The bass player loved us. He thought we were hilarious. Like, he kept pointing at us and like nodding. And it was just such a small venue. And we were so close to the stage, and they had really great graphics, and every song led into the next one. Like, I love that so much. Like, when they make all the songs like go into the next one. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Do the real Slim Shady. I'm Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. I don't know it that well. Pico, you gained some weight. You're back up to 170. Yay. See? That's how sound healing works. Because someone was like, how can sound healing do it? How can a sound do anything? Like that, baby. We live in a matrix. Proud of you. Proud of you. Sorry, I can't read that language. I apologize. I can only speak English. Cause I'm an American. Country road version. My best concert was probably Hippie Sabotage because everyone jumped on stage and was rolling balls. Wow. Oh my God, Mariana's Trench was my shit in high school. Melly, yo. Me and my sister, like, we cried, we laughed, we screamed. I accidentally punched a guy in the face, 100% accidental, because there's this part in one of the songs where they said fight for something, and I went, fight for something, but I put my fist too far behind, and there was a guy, and I literally started out the show by punching a random man in the face. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to punch you. But that's how we started our night. And there's a song called Perfect Porcelain, and these people printed out paper hearts that said porcelain with like a key, because they're like looking for Princess Porcelain and they like need the key. It's like the whole lore to the album. So we all, when they sang Perfect Porcelain, we all took out our hearts, and like they were just so shocked. They were like, sweet fuck Boston. That's what they kept saying. And then some guy proposed to his girlfriend in the audience, and then the diamond fell out of the ring, and then everyone was like, "Stop!" We like stopped the concert, and everyone was like looking for the diamond. That was my best concert ever. It was so fun. Get this, my friend had a panic attack and he had to leave because it was like too crowded of a venue. The next day, he ended up running into the lead singer at CVS. Because he was like in New York for whatever reason the next day. So were they, because they were traveling. And so my friend Jeff went to go into CVS, and the lead singer was leaving because he needed allergy medication. And so as he's like walking out, Jeff is walking in, and he's like, oh my God, And he like tells him the whole story. He's like, I had to leave, but now you're here. And he said he was like so like he was like, oh, okay. Like he was so shocked. Like the lead singer, Josh Ramsey, I think his name is. Love the Ankh. Thank you. Rolling Stones. Damn, good for you, Paul. Oh my god, I just got a question. What's your favorite tattoo that you have? I don't know. Probably the portrait of my nanny. It's my first big tattoo. It's a portrait of, I'll show you. Everybody asked me to do a tattoo tour, but I've never done it on my body. So this is my grandmother on her honeymoon. And I'm probably going to get my grampy, like, right here from the picture on his honeymoon. But, yeah. I guess I look just like her. That's why my middle name is after her. And when I first got the tattoo filled in, when it was, like, fresh, people would be like, is that you? I'm like, yeah, I just have a portrait of my own face on my thigh. No, it's not me. I just went to the best concert of my life. TXT. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, Romina. Heck yeah to the gains. Yeah. It was such a vibe. It was at my hometown venue. Nice. Dutchess Sound Healing Works. Yup. Thank you. You are smiling face so nice. Thank you. Good morning in India. Good morning. I love shows. I've been missing fests a lot lately. Yeah, I hear that. I lied. Flaming Lips was my most fucked up at a concert and loving it. The best yay sayer ever. Small venue, right up front. The whole band loved me, and the bassist kissed my hand. Wow, Teresa. The Patreon girls should all go to a festival. Oh my god, we should. That'd be crazy. Yeah, great concerts. Being a soda jerk in Madison Square, saw many concerts and lots of meet and greets. That's really cool. I'm from Connecticut. I'm going live every day in June, Pico. And if I don't go live, I'm posting, because it's Women and Children Month on my channel, because it's my birthday month, and I wanted to make it Women and Children Month. That is so beautiful. Thank you. Many concerts. Love the adrenaline every time. It's just like the first. Yeah. Hi from Australia. Hi. I bet you Paul has a wildlife story. Yeah. You are moon on the day is right now. Yeah, I mean, it's nighttime here. Okay, let's channel. We could just be nymphs dancing on the land. Yeah! Or I'm gonna have freaking festivals, so maybe our first festival will be on my land. I gotta make that freaking GoFundMe, because I have a feeling there's like a wealthy benefactor that wants to anonymously give me money. And if it's not a feeling, I'm trying to manifest it. Do you like my eyebrow raising? Let's do it. Come through, Cleopatra. Hell yeah. Drink it up. Drink it up. Sober girls around me, they be acting like they drunk. Okay. Yeah, let's stop having ADD for a second. And, yeah. Manifesting, give Nikki her land. Please, I'd love for our first festival to be on Nikki's land. Yo, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Make my eyebrows say, hell yeah. Just kidding. I miss Jenna. Okay. Oh, before we channel, I have to tell you a really weird dream last night. So I had a very weird dream that I was like on a beach and there were several people there and there was a newborn baby that was like in the sand and it was happy. Like it was happy and it was just like in the sand and it still had its placenta attached. Like it was brand newborn. And I was like, why is nobody watching that baby? And everyone's like, it's fine. The baby's fine. And then this big wave came and like splashed the baby up, and I was like, help! I was like, catch it, don't let it go out to sea. And then someone caught it, and I was like, give me that baby. And I took the baby, and I was like having to hold its neck up because it was like newborn, and it was like really scary, and I like didn't know if it was okay. And I was like, when I woke up, I was like running with this newborn baby, like trying to go get help for it. Like, it was really scary and disturbing. Now that I've disturbed you all, sorry, but that was my dream. G6 was my song in college, same. Poppin' bottles, wait, how do you say it? Poppin' bottles in the ice, like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right, getting skizzard. Whatever that means. It's going to be here before we know it, exactly. Please day, India, Randy Chad. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Oh, popping bottles in the ice like a blizzard. Yeah, okay. All right, enough. Let me freaking center myself. All right. Spirit, I'd like to please channel Cleopatra now and just kind of see what it is that she has to tell us. What information does she want us to know? Does she have any advice? Like, let's just see what she's got going on here. All right, so far, she came through like really strong in a lot of like white and gold energy, and then she handed me an oyster, and I like opened the oyster, and there was like a white pearl inside. And then she was showing me how it's like pearls are created when sand gets in the oyster, and then like the pressure, the combination of the pressure and the oyster create the pearl. And she was just saying that like the pressure that we're experiencing currently as a collective in society is creating pearls of wisdom, is what she said. And she also said too that there's a pearl of wisdom within us. So it's like a lot of us are seeking external validation or seeking external answers when everything we want lies within. And usually the pearls of knowledge and the pearls of wisdom are from those difficult situations where we were put under pressure, and generally like situations that could have been traumatic or like painful or difficult. There's a lot of pearls of wisdom to be had. And even in that book I'm reading right now, The Pleiadian Agenda, they were saying trauma is pointless if it's not shared. So like going through really traumatic experiences can feel pointless if you're not sharing the wisdom that you gained from it, or helping other people to avoid having those experiences through sharing your own experiences. And that's not to say that you need to share or, you know, talk about trauma that you're not ready to talk about, but I think they're just saying in the long run, sharing your trauma creates pearls of wisdom within yourself and others. And it also creates more empathy because, you know, maybe in certain traumatic situations, people think, oh yeah, that's horrible, but that would never happen to someone I love or someone I care about. And then it's like you share, no, actually that happened to me and this is how it affected me. It gives people more empathy to understand that like, not only can anybody experience a traumatic situation at any point in time, but also that like, you can come out of it the other side and you can be stronger, you can still be kind, you can still be soft. She's like emphasizing that, like, to be soft in a world that's like very hard, because the oysters themselves are soft. They get sand in them, which is hard, and through that hardness and that pressure, they create something that is also soft and beautiful and valuable, which is a pearl. And then she was showing me like covered in like diamonds, and like diamonds are also created through pressure, extreme amounts of pressure. And she's like, she thinks that, like, you know how they're like growing diamonds in labs and shit now? She's like, that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, that's some weird shit. It's weird that you can just like grow it. She's like, it's not the same. And you're allowed to disagree with me. That's just what she's saying. She thinks it's like weird. But she's like, the earth has everything you need. There's no need to like mad scientists this kind of stuff. And I understand, like, it's because there's like blood diamonds and like unethical practices in order to gain diamonds. Like, I understand why they're doing it, but I think she's just saying like the earth has everything we need. And she's showing me herbs and stuff too, so like connecting more to herbs, like, and she's showing me my garden. So I planted like sage and mint and all the stuff that I can put in my tea. And she's just saying like the more we connect with the earth and like mine the earth, and also plant crystal, like burying crystals, putting plants, like it's really important that we connect to Mother Gaia right now. But she was showing me myself like in all these like diamonds, and then I heard that Melanie Martinez song that's like, all the makeup in the world won't make you less insecure. And so it's like, to me, that was saying that it's like all the riches, all the fame, all the things, all the material aspects of life cannot fill a void in you. Like, if you do have that piece of sand that is bothering you and you're not turning it into a pearl, or you're not utilizing it to make something beautiful out of your suffering, then it doesn't matter how much you achieve in life. It doesn't matter how many, how much money you have, how many cars you have. Like, none of that matters if you still have that sand within you that's creating that void and that emptiness and that sadness. You must take that trauma and that pain and that suffering and actively turn it into a pearl, or else you'll like forever be dead inside, basically. And yeah, and then she was starting to tell me something about the divine feminine, but I was like, let me relay that message first. So let me go back in. So she's showing me too, like, painted nails and like the cool like Egyptian makeup, and she's showing me as well like different, she was like, you guys have so many options now. Like, she's also acknowledging there's like excessive, like, in the first world there's an excessive amount of everything, right? So like what she was saying, like houses, cars, money, all this stuff, like there's an excess amount of all for some, and then a limited amount of things for others. But basically we're being hyper stimulated constantly by like having all these choices and all these options. And she's showing me like all the options we have for makeup and hair and nails, and she's like, have fun with it, like have fun with your nails, have fun with your makeup. And she was particularly saying during like ceremony, so if you're doing like spell work, to like have fun with it during ceremony and like really dress up. Like if you're doing ritual or spell work, she's like, that's what we used to do. Like, we used to take our spell work very seriously, and we'd make like an event out of it and like almost like entertainment out of it with like special clothes and jewelry and makeup for the occasion. And she was saying too, like, if you are getting your nails done or you're dyeing your hair, she's like, she understands that there's like chemicals and stuff in that's like not good for us, but she's like, that should not be what you're focusing on. Like, you should be focusing on like, how fun is it that I get to change my hair to this color? Don't be thinking the whole time, oh my god, this is penetrating my scalp and giving me chemicals and this and that. Like, it's way better to just like focus on the positive energy. If you're gonna do it anyway, you might as well focus on the positive. And she's saying that with food too. So she's saying like, if you're gonna eat ice cream, don't sit here and think, oh, ice cream's so fattening, there's so much sugar, it's so bad for me. Don't do that. If you're going to eat ice cream, think this is so delicious. I love this ice cream. How blessed am I to have ice cream, you know? So she's basically just saying, like, find the positive even in situations that could be better, right? Because, like, we could have better products for beauty, but that's not how they make it. Like, they make it with the chemicals and stuff. So we got to work with what we have, and we got to keep our mindset positive while we're working with what we have. And you don't have to use those things, but if you do use those things, make sure that you're keeping a positive mindset while you're using them. And what else did she show me? Oh, she showed me herself, like, in the bathhouse, like, in a bathhouse. And then she also showed me this part of the movie where, like, Cleopatra gets the throne and, like, every single person in the room bows down to her, even the men during that time, because there was, like, a disparage between genders back then, where it was, like, men were considered the superior gender. And so all these men were, like, bowing down to her, and then Caesar even bows down to her. And it kind of makes his men mad that he, like, bows down, but in reality it's like it's good for everyone because it's creating this, like, peace treaty between people. And she's just showing me herself, like, on the throne, and while they're all bowing down to her, she closes her eyes. And so they were bowing down to her in that movie because they weren't supposed to look at her because she just got crowned queen, so they were supposed to bow their heads because they couldn't even, like, look upon her because of her frequency, essentially. So basically they were saying that, like, she's saying that it's like the empress is meant to be worshipped and to sit on her throne whether she's getting her recognition or not. So whether people are watching or not, whether people are respecting your empress energy or not, because sometimes when we step in a higher frequency, it pisses off people who enjoy keeping us in a lower frequency. So whether people support you in this higher frequency or not, whether you're getting a round of applause for being in this high frequency, or whether you're just by yourself doing your best and there's nobody there to acknowledge your success, either way, like, no, she just said God knows, like, source knows your success, source knows your story, source knows how far you've come. And the empress is gonna sit there and be still and wait for people to recognize her because she recognizes her worth. So she doesn't have to run up and be masculine and force her energy on people to recognize her worth. She sits in that chair and she even closes her eyes. Like, she doesn't even need to see the people worshiping her because she worships herself. She holds herself to this high regard. She knows her value. She knows, yes, sitting pretty. She knows. And that's all that matters. She knows. Yeah, so that was really good. Let me just see if there's anything else she wanted to say. She said, I love you. You guys are doing a great job. And she's showing me that if we need help getting in our feminine energy, we can imagine her, Cleopatra, pouring almost like the Aquarius energy of, like, the water bearer pouring a vase of milk and honey over us. So, like, white and gold light and milk and honey specifically over our crowns. So if you want support from her, you want healing from her, you want to connect to her, that's how you can connect to her. I received this message. Hell yeah, good. Trophy. I ate a yummy bowl of ice cream last night and I still reduced on the scale this morning. It was a huge win and balance for me. Yay! I've been doing that too. Like, I'll be eating, like, a piece of sugary something and I'm like, this still makes me lose weight. Like, I can still lose weight even if I eat a cookie. I can still lose weight even if I eat a piece of pizza. Am I only eating cookies and pizza? No. But it doesn't mean that, like, just because I eat a piece of pizza or a cookie, all my other hard work is gone, you know? We're just really programmed. We're really conditioned. Wow, that's how we do it in heaven on earth. Reiki, milk and honey, light energy flowing into our crown. Wow, beautiful. All right, now let's channel Auset, because let me get a drink, but Auset definitely has been coming through really strong. So, like, she came through in very strong support of me yesterday because I was feeling pretty frustrated with some blockages that I've been experiencing in my life. And so I kind of was, like, very stern, but, like, collected when I was speaking to my spirits, and I was basically like, I need a breakthrough, like, I need a win. I need a win either in career or love in order for me to keep my morale and, like, keep me in a positive energy. And like, I need that next step in one of those areas. And I was very stern, and at the end of, like, my conversation with my spirits, they basically were like, we heard you. Like, and Auset came through really strong and was like, nope, message received, like, we're here for it. Message received. I'm always impressed by how easy it is for Dutchess to articulate clearly this important messages to the world. I can see the bright light in everything. Thank you. It resonates so much with me. No one's giving me my flowers, so I'll get my own. The validation must come from me. Exactly. Fuck yes, Rebecca. I can buy myself flowers. Write my name in the sand. Yeah. And guess what? I've been buying myself flowers for years. And then Madison sent me flowers. So it's like, you can buy yourself flowers, you can give yourself flowers, you can do this stuff for you, and then guess what? After you start doing it for yourself, other people start doing it for you too. Like, we have so many flowers in the house right now. My entire kitchen smells like flowers. And Cornica, she has like pollen on her. Like, she walked by. Cornica likes to smell the flowers. It's the cutest thing ever. My sister's dog likes to smell the flowers too. And our old dog, Jack, like to smell the flowers as well. So it's like funny to me when Cornica just walks by with pollen on her because she's been like smelling the flowers. Divine Mourner, Sweet Mother Auset. Ooh, that just like activated me within. Dang. You are such a good person. Thank you. Platonic love is real too. Yeah, and women supporting women. Like, women lifting up other women and not tearing each other down. Receiving flowers from friends is as sweet as receiving from a lover. I agree. Love is love. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm Indian. For Delhi to you from. I'm from Connecticut. I'm from America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Country road version. Okay, taking it back to that earlier joke. What's wrong with people on the internet? Autumn Drews. It's my birthday. I'm new here. Well, happy birthday, Autumn. Alright. Let's channel Auset now. You're a Gemini. Cool. Alright. Let's channel Auset. Let's see what she has to say. Okay, a lot of information coming through. She still had more to say as well. So, first thing that came through was there was like this vase, and it was beautiful. It had like all these gorgeous colors and paintings and all of this. Thank you for blocking that person. So it was a beautiful vase. It had all these colors, all these like shapes and beautiful paintings on it, and it was just gorgeous. It just looks like a gorgeous like artifact, ancient Egyptian artifact, and it was like a vase, but then it had like a circle top on top of it, and I thought at first it was like the jars that they used to put the organs for the mummies, but she was like, no, this is a healing salve. And so she took the top, because the tops of those other jars usually have the head of like, I think it's like Anubis, Set, Sobek, and Heru, or Horus in Greek, but Heru in ancient Kemet mythology. So it like had a round top, and she took it off, and it had like this salve in it, that was like purple and green, and she was like rubbing it on like my arms and stuff, and she was like, I want to heal you guys. So basically she's saying that she can help to heal us with like that healing salve. So if you want to call upon her as well for healing, she can come. If you give her permission, she can come through and heal you with the salve. And she was saying that like there are so many ancient Egyptian practices for and she's like, so there's like some that are out there that are just bullshit, that are just like not true of like the times of the past. Like I remember someone who, I took this class, it was called like, it was a health class, and I did a whole presentation on Reiki and like healing energy. And then there was a girl who did a presentation on like Christianity. And I think I inspired her to do that. Like, I think she felt safe to speak about her beliefs because like I spoke about my beliefs. But in that presentation, she was talking about how like Egyptians used to take like hippopotamus shit and like put it inside their body as like birth control, like fill in the blanks. And I just remember hearing that, and like my spirits were like, that's horseshit. Like, that's not real. So like they're just showing me, like she's just kind of like showing me like the disparages in the truth and the disparages like what's real and what's not. And a lot of the information that has been like, they're saying it's like half and half. So like half of it's true, half of it is just absolute horse shit and absolute hippopotamus shit. Just kidding. But it's just not, some of it's just blatantly like the Bible, right? Like, so Constantine came together, got a group of men together to put together the Bible that we have today. It's not the original works. The Vatican only has access to the original Bibles and the original works. What we have access to is what they've decided we're allowed to have access to. So, and even how like on the Patreon the other night, Faye said that the devil will tell you 100 truths in order for you to believe one lie. And that like really sat with me. And I feel like that's the world that we're living in. It's like they sprinkled the truth in on top of all these lies so that we can never really get our bearings and get our footing in the world. And even as I'm reading the Pleiadian agenda, they're talking about how there's so much underneath the Sphinx and within the grounds of Egypt that the interdimensionals have left for us in order to activate our DNA. But the reason that you can't excavate certain parts of Egypt is because it will absolutely like blow the top off of the current narrative. So that's why you're not allowed to excavate certain areas. Like they say it's for like safekeeping and everything. But if that's the truth, then there wouldn't be a Pizza Hut across from the Great Pyramid. Because I haven't been to Egypt myself, but people have talked about how there's literally a Pizza Hut across from all these monuments. Like if it was really about preserving the land, like they wouldn't do stuff like that, right? So yeah, so she was showing me that like we're going to be gaining access to information to like the healing and a lot of the actual truth around the spiritual practices from that time, like from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. And yeah, so she was like putting the salve on me, and she was like, this is what I put on Asar or Osiris when after Set chopped him up, and then she had to put him together back together again as the mummy with the bandages. And so she was just offering to heal us in that way if you want support from her in that way. And then she showed me a scroll, and the scroll was like lit up in like gold lettering, and it was like once upon a time, and it was kind of like when you look at like at the beginning of old Disney movies when it's like being read from like an old storybook, like before Snow White. It's like this beautiful like jewel and gold encrusted storybook that's like once upon a time. So the scroll, she was like showing me the scroll, and she was just further reiterating that like someday this will all be a story that we tell our kids. So like we will make it to the other end, we will make it to the new earth, and part of the education systems of the new earth is going to be teaching the children of the lies, teaching the children of the mind control, and teaching the children like how we became a slave race, like the human race as a whole became a slave race, so that we never fall back into that situation again. And she's like, it'll all just be a distant memory that you'll be sharing one day. It will not be your reality. So she's just like giving us like support, like don't worry, it's not going to be like this forever, especially because I feel like it might get a little bit more tumultuous between now in the end of the year, right? I think we're going to have a good summer, but I think, you know, in America we have the elections coming up and we already know what that means. It means it's going to be freaking crazy for one reason or another. So I think she's just like saying, like, don't worry, this will all be a distant memory of the past that we will share and we will make sure that it doesn't happen again. And she's also further reiterating the fact that we will understand our true origins. We will understand the true story of Earth, like, because how we were channeling, how some people were channeling, like, we'll never know the truth about Earth. That's just, in my opinion, not true. We will know the true stories, and she was reiterating that. And it will be taught. Like, we're going to basically go to, like, cosmic school, essentially, where if you want to, you can learn the truth about humanity and the truth about our origins and everything. And we won't repeat history. Like, we're going to go to school to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself. But it's going to be, like, almost like she's saying mystery school, which I actually think mystery schools originated in ancient Kemet. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure mystery schools originated there. Hi, Corn. Hi. You just saying hi? And then, yeah, so she was showing me the scroll. And then she took me below the Sphinx and was showing me that eventually we will be able to excavate below these, like, sacred sites. And she was even showing me that there will be, like, rituals and stuff and, like full moon rituals or things that will be held in these sacred sites. And we will be able to take them back because it's our divine birthright to be able to congregate in these sacred areas. And she's even showing me, too, that travel is going to change. So there's going to be way more, like, futuristic forms of travel and, like, being able to get from one place to the next. Like, we're not going to have to sit on a fucking airplane for, like, fucking 10 hours. You know what I mean? So, like, she was just reiterating that there's going to be a lot more availability to go to these sacred sites and use them for what they're made for. And then she took me, and I actually predicted this the other day. I was shown it in meditation, so I'm really excited to see if it comes true. So one prediction I have, this is completely off topic, but I predict that people are going to completely turn on celebrities around the end of August and fall. I think as the elections approach, people are going to get more and more almost like volatile and angry about the disparage between the 1% and the, you know, middle to lower class, like, because ultimately most of the issues that we see in the world today are class issues, between the disparaging numbers of, like, the unfairness between, like, the ultra rich and the people, regular people. So I see that people are going to start completely turning on celebrities. I also think information about their true evil doings is going to be coming out a lot more in the mainstream. Like, people are gonna, like, okay, they're showing me the example of that girl who was saying that Black China literally trafficked her and was, like, trying to, like held her hostage in her home and was, like, trying to find out if she was trans, because they were saying that, like, trans people can get way more money, like, in trafficking, which is part of what I think some of the push for surgery and stuff like that is. If we want to go really deep down the rabbit hole right now. But so, like, more stories like that, like, not just all the, like, because multiple women have come out about how Black China tried to traffic them. We're going to hear more and more stories about these celebrities and their evil doings and, you know, like, the bad stuff that they've been involved in, and people are going to start to completely turn on them. And it, like, the age of the celebrity is dead. Like, no longer will people be worshiping these false idols. So that's my first prediction from, like, August to the end of the year. I would say people are going to start really turning on celebrities. And then the other thing that I got the image of is that they're going to find a city underwater. So, like, how there's, like, I'm pretty sure there's a certain Egyptian city that was found underwater, and there's all these, like, statues and buildings and everything that is just completely underwater. They're going to find a new one. That's my prediction. Because Auset took me from under the Sphinx and she grabbed me and we went, like, flying through the air, and then she took me down deep into the ocean, and then she showed me something about Alexandria. She just said, I don't know if it's near Alexandria or if they found something underwater in Alexandria already, or if they're going to find something, but she just said Alexandria. So it's like she took me underwater and was showing me all these monuments and basically this entire civilization that was, like, put underwater. So yeah, so that's my prediction, is that they find some other city that's been underwater. And Lizzie, you're so good at finding that stuff. I bet if there is an article, you'll find it, because you're always finding those. After I channel something, you always find the article that like supports it. So yeah, that's what she was showing me so far. And then I just want to see if she has anything else to say to us. Oh yeah, and then I forgot, she also like took my hand, and then I turned like blue and green. So you know how sometimes Auset is pictured as like blue or green, like in the hieroglyphs? And even like when we think about other gods and goddesses, they are like blue, like Kalima turned like blue. She like took my hand, and Newt of the stars, like the star goddess Newt, she's like a dark blue. So she like took my hand, and I turned like this like blue and green, and then I had the like big eyes. So basically, like, I think the humans would wear makeup like the big eyes, but I think that they were emulating the interdimensionals that were essentially Nephilim or fallen angels, like from the Bible. So like Nephilim and fallen angels from the Bible are like serpent and bird people. And when we think of Auset, she's got the wings. Even when we think of angels, they're like bird people, right? So like when we think of Auset, she has the wings, and even like some of her outfits look like almost like scaly, but I think that it's not that she's wearing an outfit. I think she literally had feathers like on her legs and stuff. Because in some of her depictions, it almost looks like she has scales, so I think she either had scales or feathers. The Heracleon. Okay, yeah, and then also like the Harlequin, even like when we think of like clown, there's a great YouTube channel, the Nephilim look like clowns. I don't agree with everything that guy says. He's like a really intense Bible thumper, but I do think he does great research, and he puts a lot of pieces together, so I do enjoy learning from him. But yeah, so she was like, my eyes turned like that, because when we think of like serpents, or even like when we think of like greys, like aliens, they have the big eyes, right? So it's like I think that the fallen angels, as the Bible would call them, or the interdimensionals is what I would call them, they're just from another dimension, the serpent and bird people, and even the lion people of Lyra that we saw back then, they had certain attributes, and I think the humans would try to mimic those attributes. Also, I have this crazy mask of like, I have it right over there. It's like a bunny mask. It's supposed to be like I guess you could consider it like a BDSM mask, but I just wear it to dance because I think it's fun to wear the mask. But every time I put it on, I never feel more Egyptian than when I have that mask on. And so I think back in the day, they were doing rituals with like masks to look like the interdimensionals. So when we see interdimensionals from that time, they were, you know, a human body with a alligator head, or a human body with a hawk head. And so I think when they were in ritual, they would put on like the animal masks to emulate their gods, right? The interdimensionals that came down and shared knowledge during the time of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, which we're back in the age of Aquarius. It's just taking us a little time to get into free knowledge and information and energy, like Tesla's energy, free energy. Woo, this is so deep. This is so freaking deep. Okay, but so when she touched me, I had the big like serpent like eyes, and I turned like this blue green, and she's just saying that like our DNA is being heavily activated, and she's even saying it might affect our looks. So your looks might shift as your interdimensional DNA gets activated. Wow, that's so fascinating. You already found an article? Wow, that's wild. I'm from the horse people. Nice. They were basically furries. I think it's a little different than modern day furries, because they were emulating the interdimensionals. They weren't emulating like, they weren't wearing like full fursuits, but I see where you're going with that. You want me to put on my masks? Oh my god, put on your masks. We have come full circle. Yeah, actually, from remember when the raccoon attacked me, and it was like, it didn't attack me, but it chased me, and it was scary. God, the rose I channeled this morning was blue and green. What? It was all about dismantling our old belief patterns. Wow. Wow, the devil works hard, but Lizzie works harder, for real. Damn, you'll have to send me that article after. Yeah, okay, so let me see if there's anything else she wants to tell us before we get into the sound healing, because, wow, time has flown. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. That's crazy. Okay, let me see if there's anything else she wants to tell me. Damn. All right. That was intense. Holy shit. Okay. So she, like, picked me up. She just kept so these spirits keep telling me that, like, you're the one. You're the one. And when I went to the, not down like I have an inflated ego or whatever, I'm still trying to figure out what that means exactly. But I know Elizabeth April had just channeled that there are certain people who have like keys, and it's like certain parts of them will unlock parts of humanity that then aid us to walk into the new earth and be able to support each other in that new earth frequency. And so when I went to the reptile park, one of the reptiles was like telling me, he was like, you know, you're one of 18 is what he said. So I don't know what I am. I don't know who else is like me that is like one of 18, but I'm one of 18, which I thought was really fascinating. And Josh, you're welcome for helping to literally save the world. You're welcome for that. Anyway, for people like you, and it's crazy because, like, people like that are just mean and bullies and, like, just go out of their way to try and be mean and hurt other people's feelings. Like, why would we even want to save you? Like, we're literally in the apocalypse. We're in the end times. Like, nothing is as it was. And if you can't see that there's a major shift happening on the planet right now, I think you're freaking dumb, deaf, and blind. But it's like, when you act like that, we don't want to save you. Like, we don't want to help you. Like, it's just like when the floods came, right? There were certain angels and stuff saved certain people. Other people perished. And so it's like, whatever. I could go on about that. But anyway, so he said I'm one of 18. So I don't know what it is that I'm doing, but there are 17 others that are unlocking this space in the new earth. And so what she did was she took me up to the sky, up, and I was like in the stars, and I was like looking down at the planet, and everyone was just like at peace. Like, everyone was at peace and everyone was relaxing. And she was like, a great time of peace is going to, she even just said, is going to wash over the galaxy. She said 40 years from now, this will all look like a bad memory. Like, this will all be a bad memory. It will all just feel like a bad dream. So within 40 years, we will be able to achieve planetary peace, whatever that means, whether that means many people have to go and only certain people can stay, or whatever that means. And then she was saying within 2 years, we can create our own space. And I'm hoping she means like my land. So I'm hoping she was like referring to my land, that will be within 2 years, we'll be able to create this safe space of our own. And she was saying that many of us will be able to access the new earth before the rest of the collective follows. So before the rest of the collective actually catches up, like, and it's like how people have talked, like, the tale of two timelines, how it's like the earth has been splitting between the 3D and the 5D, and those who are remaining in 3D are getting left behind, and they're going to be on that low frequency. Like, even like, for example, like during COVID, like, they were saying, you can't travel without a V, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, guess what, bitch? I did all of that without a V. I did all of it. I traveled, I still lived my life because I was on the higher timeline, because I chose the higher fucking timeline. I didn't let some fake ass rules hold me down and dictate my life. I didn't let some tyrannical dictators that I never elected or appointed to tell me what to do. I never let that dictate to me. So I chose the higher timeline through my own free will. And they're saying some people are going to be choosing that lower timeline through their own free will. And so, but she was saying to me, within 40 years, peace will be spread over not only the planet, but the galaxy, which I think is pretty on point with what other people have channeled. But she was saying that we can create that space for ourselves within the next 2 years. And I am very, very, very excited for that. Yeah, so that was like really cool. And then she actually like bowed to me before she left, which was a huge honor. That just gave me chills. Well, so Celeste, even if you're not the same as me with like 1 of 18, you might be something else. So you might be like 1 of 7, and then like Teresa is like 1 of 9, and then like Lizzie is 1 of 15. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if you're not part of my group that is 1 of 18, you're probably part of another group that is a key, right? Like you're a key to helping facilitate the new earth. So it's like, even if, and I think, right, because we're going to need different people with different skills, and we're going to need different people with different gifts in order to cultivate this higher frequency. So even if you're not 1 of my group, you're probably 1 of another group. Bringing so much hope. Good. 1 honor. Chills over here too. Yay. Woohoo. That's right. Hell yeah. Chills all around. Yay. Next pandemic, I'm not complying. Yeah, and I wonder, you know, I never complied. I wonder if that's what makes me 1 of 18. Like, I wonder if that's part of like my calling, because I never complied. I never listened to the rules. I never laid down and died. I always fought against it from day 1. From day fucking 1. So, yeah. And I'm just happy that more people are saying that, like, oh, I complied last time, I'm not complying this time. LMAO, my partner just sent me a picture of Ra. That is incredible confirmation. My father, Ra. Ra. On my arm. Ra. How he know? I don't know. Nikki, you gotta watch the career and land reading. It ties into... Oh, also, I haven't listened to it yet, your career reading for me, Lizzie, but I feel like your reading started to help clear energy, because we got another sign up for Salem, and I just feel like my energy is and then I got through to Auset, and she like made me like promises that by like next month I'm going to see major shifts in movement, either in love or career, and I truly believe and know that in my heart. So I feel like your reading, just you reading the energy and acknowledging it, helped to clear some of it. So I'm going to listen to that later tonight. In my accident, I got a scar shaped in the eye of Ra. Whoa. You sound protected. You don't know. How do you know what my dad looks like? Someone said, you look just like your pops. I actually do. But how do you know what my dad looks like? Yes, that is what's up. I knew it. Lizzie's readings clear so much energy. They cleared so much in my life. Yeah, I feel that. I look like my nanny, which is my grandma, who looks like my dad looks like my nanny. That was weird. As you process complex grief, these sacrifices will make way for extreme blessings. Yeah. I fell asleep to Lizzie's twin flame reading last night. That's nice. Need to invite these trips. Paul, it's on my website. If you want to sign up, you can sign up. Thank you, ladies. Doing what I can to help raise the vibration of the collective. And you're doing a lot. Yeah, sign up for the trip, Paul. I can show you the scar if it's okay for me to... Yeah, you can send it. Send it to my email. All right, let's do the sound healing. We'll do... All right. Put your money where your mouth is, Paul. Sign up for the Salem retreat. If you want to. Only if you want to. Yes, love Lizzie's voice. I know, me too. Oh my god, y'all making me blush. I'm flattered. I like how you're like me too, where you're like at the end of my twin reading, you were like, I'm gonna fucking flip this table! Like, I like that you're like me and you just got like the big energy and you just express it in like a punchy way. And you're not like a Zoltar machine, just like sharing the messages with no human personality. Okay. So, trigger warning. We're doing sound healing today for childhood sexual trauma. So a lot of people I know, clients I have, a lot of us have sexual trauma from childhood, and I want to clear that energy today. So no matter what you experience, how you experienced it, if you have an experience to that extent, this is for you. And if that's not something you can relate to or not something you need healing for, you can set your own intentions for this sound healing, because the energy will clear. Or if you have that from a past life, this can help to clear that energy. But I really wanted to center those of us who are adults who were not protected by other adults when we were children, and support us through the sound healing now so that we can clear that energy, move forward in the highest frequency for ourselves and others, and be able to kind of just also be like centered and recognized, because so much of the time there are so many secrets around a situation like that, right? Like there's a lot of secretive, low vibrational energy around childhood sexual trauma, and it's really hard to speak about. And even sometimes, like, I had a friend who, like, when she told her grandmother what was going on, her grandma took her out back and like beat the shit out of her, instead of like holding the family member that was like doing that to her accountable. She beat her, like, and so that set a precedent for like the rest of her life around asking for help, around sharing her trauma, and around feeling like it was her fault. So I want to release that like secretive energy. I want to center people who have experienced that kind of very extreme trauma. And I just want you to know that like we're here for you, we're holding space for you, that it was never your fault, and it's okay to share if you want to share, and it's okay to not share if you don't want to share, but secrets don't have to rule your life anymore. Holding that pain all by yourself doesn't have to rule your life. You can let it go, you can release it. And if after the live, if you want to put anything in the comments, like I release all my pain and suffering from childhood, I release whatever, you can put it in the comments. If you don't want to, that's fine too. You can put it in like your notebook. If you want to set an intention, put it in like your personal notebook. But I just think that it's such a shameful, ugly underbelly that is so pervasive in today's society, and it's not talked about enough, and it's not centered enough, and so much of the time victims don't get what they need. They don't get the support or the help, or the validation that they need. And so I really just wanted to do a sound healing for that, for Women and Children's Month, because although it's a very ugly part of society, it's a very prevalent and pervasive part of society. Child abuse in general, but child sexual abuse is incredibly prevalent, right? Like amongst government officials, within individual families, within power dynamics like teacher-student, coach-student, all these things. Like, there's so many ways society fails children, and this is a major way that society fails children. So that's why I wanted to do this today. Survivors are leaders. I completely agree. It's so crazy. Heaven on Earth Reiki Center, sex workers and survivors of sexual abuse. Wow. Yeah, it seems like you're having a lot of synchronicities here today. And even like someone was commenting that like they were scrolling on the lives and there were 3 different women talking about like sexual energy in general. So it seems like maybe that's just a collective frequency that's coming up right now for us to clear, which makes sense because unfortunately the world runs on it, right? So like our world leaders and a lot of these big corporations and stuff, they are incredibly PDF file-ic, right? Can't say the word because this platform doesn't allow you to say that word, which I think should tell you everything you need to know about the owners of this platform. But yeah, it's the very ugly underbelly that our society runs on, and I want to acknowledge it, and I want to acknowledge the people who've been harmed from it. So yeah, you just sit back, relax, be open to receive. Let me see. SA happens in family too, so I'm very wary because someone close to me went through that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's like the example I was giving of my friend. Like, it was a family member who was doing that to her, and that's why her grandmother beat her and told her it was like her fault, because she didn't want to believe that the family member was doing that kind of thing. But it happens in any situation that it can happen. It does happen. And that's not acceptable for us to have a healthy functioning society. That's not acceptable for us to have healthy functioning community in general. And yeah, so you just sit back, relax, be open to receive. I suggest laying down, closing your eyes, but just being open to receive the sound healing frequencies. And like I said, if you can't relate to this topic, you can always set your intention in another way. Also, I really like Robert Kennedy. Someone said Robert Kennedy for president. I love Robert Kennedy. I've been following him for many years, far before he was running for president, because he does really amazing work to sue the unsuable. He takes out a lot of lawsuits on these bigger corporations, a lot of which, like I'm saying, support that kind of energy that we're moving right now. Like, they support that PDF file energy, right? They're built on PDF file energy and taking advantage of others. And he sues and tries to hold accountable many of these corporations who support just crimes against humanity. Like, they have so many crimes against humanity and they're untouchable because they're so rich and the justice system is so flawed. And he has been standing up for the underdog and standing up against this criminal behavior for many, many years. So I support him a lot as a person. Just in general, I really like him. All right, so you just sit back, relax, be open to receive, and get the sound healings. Oh, that was so good. So Auset and Cleopatra came through to help us, and then also Newt came through, as well as Mutt from Ancient Kemet, as well as Celine. I'd like to channel Celine tomorrow because she's been coming through a lot. I don't actually work with her, but she wants to help us, and oh god, foot, don't look at my foot unless you're gonna pay. Just kidding. But I'd like to channel Celine because she's been coming through very strong. And basically Newt is like the sky mother, and also Mutt is also a mother in Ancient Kemet, and they were all just saying like this is completely unacceptable, like the state of the world and what children have been through and had to go through and are currently going through, like it's incredibly unacceptable, and that's why they're here to support us and get us to the other side, get us to the new earth, because the current state of reality is just incredibly unacceptable for all people, but especially for children. Someone said, I'm drunk as fuck and just seeing this makes me crazy. Well, you ended up here for a reason. Your frequency ended up here for a reason. Yes, I'm directing energy. Thank you. I'm just doing moving energy with my hands because I'm a hand healer. I agree. Protect the innocent. Exactly. Thank you so much, Nikki. You're welcome. This one was powerful, man. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad you guys liked it. Hi, Sar. How are you doing? Yes, someone needs to advocate for these kids. And it's damn well gonna be me because I'm not... I'm so against that shit. Like, I'm so against... Like, children are precious. Children should be, like, top priority. And society is just so disrespectful of the divinity that children hold within them, and I am so against that, and I'm just not okay with so much of the things I see today. Oh my god, thank you. So much sludge came pouring out of my aura. Then this white orb came over my body and started pulling memories out of my chakras and memory banks. Wow, I'm gonna have to listen to this back myself and just feel the energy. Such a powerful healer. Thank you. Children come first, period, end of story. 100%. Hey, Kenna. I joined near the end of that, and my hand got, like, so itchy. Which hand, left or right? If it's left, that means money's coming in. Thank you so much, Patreon ladies and Nikki, for this live. It brought me back into my body. Good. I'm glad, Madison. Watch Hotel Transylvania. You will not regret it. Hey, Maria! You made it. No, you made it just in time. I mean, I'm getting ready to get off now, but you can watch it back. You'll really like this one. I need to watch this back because that channeling was insane. Agree 1000%. Yes. Glad this was helpful for you. Me too. Children are the purest people on this earth, being so close to the other side and having none of the social conditioning adults have. When you mess with kids, you mess with God in human form. That was so well said. I'm going to read that again because I really couldn't have said that better myself. Children are the... And if you want, Rebecca, save that and then repost it once this uploads in the comments so I can, like, save it. Children are the purest people on this earth, being so close to the other side and having none of the social conditioning adults have. When you mess with kids, you mess with God in human form, literally. And that's why the powers that were constantly blasphemize the children and hurt the children, because they're spitting in God's face, essentially. And that's why they created AI, artificial intelligence. It's all just spitting in God's face. And I actually felt AI lurking. Like, I felt like negative AI energy, like, lurking on this, and I blasted that shit away with white light. And I just kept thinking about what Indigo said, how, like, all things outside of God are essentially AI. So, like, all these evil entities and energies and people that are outside of God, the reason we think they're, like, NPCs or zombies or whatever is because they've basically become artificial intelligence because they're no longer connected to source because they've strayed so far from it. And I just keep thinking about that because it's so true. LOL, I'll have to listen back. Yeah. Sis, I'm just about to leave to your house. Oh, have fun. Have a fun sister hangout. Hi, Damaria. I'm good. Just got home from work and caught the sound healing. My soul calling is calling crazy today. We'll watch the talk afterwards. How are you, Nikki? I'm good, thanks. Your left hand? Yes, Kenna, you're gonna make some money. Yes, save the comment. That's why I get so fucking angry when what adults do to kids. I was literally just talking about that, Maria. Like, I was literally just talking about that. That the adults who hurt children should have no mercy, in my opinion. Damn, Rebecca, that's beautifully said. I agree. I love kids. Me too. I'm a school bus driver, but I was a youth worker too. That makes me so happy. I love that, because sometimes there are really mean bus drivers. So I'm happy that you're a nice bus driver. That is so cool. And I'm happy that, like, you have so many kids' lives in your hands, and I'm happy it's you, because I know you will protect the children. Did you get the package? It was supposed to arrive Wednesday. I haven't been to the post office, so I went to the post office Monday, so I will check. I've got to send out some packages on Monday. I usually go once a week, so I will check on Monday. Thank you, Ani. That was very nice of you to send me a little birthday package. Oh, and then we just hit 11111 minutes and seconds. And by the way, guys, my birthday didn't happen yet. Everyone was like wishing me a happy birthday on my last post, but for some reason my flowers just got sent early, so thank you for the birthday wishes, but you're going to be hearing from me again. I will 100% be posting on my birthday. You will know when it's my birthday. Bonjour, Boris. It's 5:55 here. Hell yeah. All right, guys, I got to go. I've been on here a long time, and I got to pee. So I'm going to go brush my hair, wash my hair, take a shower, and fucking watch Cleopatra because, yeah. All right, I love you guys. And my birthday is June 21st, the summer solstice. First day of summer, longest day of the year, and I was born on Father's Day. That was how I used to introduce myself. I would say, hi, my name is Nikki, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say my last name. It's out there, but I'm not going to say it right now. My name is Nikki. I was born on June 21st, first day of summer, longest day of the year, and I was born on Father's Day. I was the best gift I could have ever given my dad. And then I do like a front walkover or a cartwheel or something and like pose. That was how I used to introduce myself as a child. I feel like nothing's really changed. That's adorable, Nikki. Aw, thank you. All right, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Take good care of yourselves. Make sure you're resting and grounding and drinking enough water. And, yeah. All right, I love you. Have a good night. Bye-bye. You are a gift, Nikki. Thank you. All right, I love you guys. Bye-bye.